tiny bit of an issue with me in the previous episode that I tried to record. I kept muting it. I know how I did it. I'm an idiot. It's the long and short of it. But fortunately, we got through that round of the Cup. We're back in the fourth round today, and we're back with the Premier League opposition for the second season in a row. Welcome back to episode 28. We've got quite a few games to run through, more so than planned because of my error, shall we say. But before we jump into anything, if you could do me the favour, like and subscribing, showing your support on the channel, it would be greatly appreciated, as I'm sure you're aware. Thank you very much. You were last with me for our games against Birmingham and Oldham. Long time ago. We've gone through two further FA Cup games since then. We had the Rochdale game that we played and lost. Not ideal. We then played Wimbledon with a 1-1 draw. Coventry 2-2. We played Doncaster and beat them 1-0 thanks to a goal from Joe McGregor. The second round of the FA Cup, we played Stockport. They took us to extra time and then we beat them 3-0. So that was quite something. So glad to get through there. Eventually. Following that up with another game against Blues, an early goal for us, a late goal for them, 1-1. Stevenage then, we beat them 3-0 away from home. Swansea next in the second round of the Papa John's Trophy, where we beat them 2-0. The third round of the FA Cup was a 5-2 victory against Doncaster. You'll notice that we scored 3 goals within the space of 2 minutes. I've never done that before, and if that would have happened against me, I would have been livid. Man City in the quarter-final of the Johnston Paint Trophy, they're under 23s and we beat them 4-0. And most recently, a 2-2 against Northampton. League-wise, we are currently 8 points ahead of Birmingham, with a game in hand still. Joe McGregor's creeping his way up onto the top scorer as well. He's not been fantastic, but I'm hoping to get him a strike partner who can help him get some more goals as well. Before we jump into the Burnley game, I'll just give you a little update on transfers. All we've had is Conor McBride has joined us from Wigan. 6'4", his jumping reach is horrific, like 18. Not many people out there can beat him to a header. It's just a shame that when he does win the header, it goes literally anywhere because he's got 8 heading, so he's got a proper 50p head. I love a transfer window. Absolutely adore it. I love the transfers. I love bringing players in and out. If that's for you as well, then you need to check out my new series. I'm going to be doing it with Arsenal firstly. We're going to be doing like kind of a director of football save. So I'm going to be the one manning the transfers. We're going to bring in a assistant manager who will then be taking control of the games. And then we'll kind of see what happens from there. Obviously, we're putting a lot of faith into the assistant manager / actually kind of getting the performances out of the players that we're bringing in. But I'm already at the end of the transfer window on it. And there's been a few pretty tasty signings there. So I hope when it's up, you'll go over there and watch it. We have Burnley. They are currently a championship opposition. So I've completely lied to you earlier. Awfully sorry about that. I thought they were a Premiership team. So, shocking. Shocking. I didn't do my research. They've recently been relegated, if that counts. They've got Krunoslav Rendulic as their manager. Rendulic. Literally never heard of him. Thiago Maia. He's actually half decent, to be fair. That's horrendous. Romario Barrows playing for him. Who's let that happen? And here's me knocking about with my best player, who I believe will be Stevie Peake. Love him, but he's not of the calibre of Romario Barrow. He just isn't. I tried to keep us with our strongest team, and in doing so, it's left us. I'm going to take McBride out, actually. I'm going to put Stevenson forward, and I'm going to bring John back on. So we'll go with that. I tried to leave us with our strongest 11, and I think I've done so. Only issue being that Casareka's currently unfit, or at least not full fitness. But Danny O'Neill is still pottering about, so we'll put him on the bench. I think I might start O'Neill, actually, because he played really well in our last game that we had on camera, if I remember. But we're going to go with Colton in goal, Watkin Jones, Astley, Peake and Clark as the back four, O'Neill and Bazira outside of Stevenson and Boadu, and then we have John supporting McGregor as the strikers. One thing we do want to keep an eye on as well is Jamie Soule. He's currently up to 12 for the season, so I'm probably going to bring him on at some point if we need to. I just realised I'm saying he's got 12 for the season. My little fat head's in the way. He's got 12 for the season. I mean, with Burnley being only a championship team, there's no reason why we can't beat them. There just isn't. Romario and Asenga, or Isenga is that? Schneider, Pedrosa. There's a lot of comfort in their passes at the moment, which I'm not particularly on board. They've scored already. That's not ideal. Corner for Cadbury on the left. Astley, and his head goes just over. I'm pretty sure the footage is a little bit jumpy at the moment, which I am awfully sorry about. I think I know why it's happening, so we'll make sure it's not the case next time. But we've got another corner. Clark puts it towards Astley, and he does score this time. He's a very special little boy. I'm a big fan. Massive fan. Look at this. Clark, brilliant ball in. Astley makes himself some space. You've even got, I think it's McGregor here, disrupting the goalkeeper. Beautiful. It's 1-1. Throw in for us. Clark puts it to Becerra. To John, just outside him. Stevenson, the playmaker. Brilliant ball towards... Oh, look at that. He stands as well. What a beautiful goal. Stevenson's vision there was sublime. Absolutely fantastic. We've brought O'Neill in for, not Becerra, Casareka, who was currently injured. Or at least not fully fit. And it seems to have paid off, because he's had a nice little run inside. Stevenson's seen it, got the ball on his foot. Easy finish for him to finish off that, obviously, because with it being a finish. I'm still speaking. Just watch the offside line. Oh, look at that. If anything, he's offside, I've got to be honest. Just short of half-time. There's a throw-in for Burnley on their left side. Thiago Maia throws it towards Schneider. Ball forward. Astley was asleep. I was just singing his praises earlier. And he's completely let Pato get ahead of him there. Doesn't matter. We're having the better of the game. They're a division ahead of us. But maybe they won't be a division ahead of us after this season. Could be a good game for us, this, to see where we line up against the other strong championship teams. It's not a good game for us in regards that Danny O'Neill's just got injured. And I don't think... Oh, I did. Okay, so we can either bring Casareka on, or... we can give Benjamin his debut out of position against a team which is significantly better than ours. I mean, why wouldn't we? If any of you watch the Doleboy save, you'd be familiar to me just forcing players out of position until they play there competently. We had a centre-back that I wasn't a massive fan of because he was... Totora, that was his name. I was trying to think what his name was. We had Totora, who was a centre-back. Ended up forcing him up to centre-mid. Did a splendid job for us at Châteauroux until I abandoned them all. But that was a pretty poor cross from them. Or ball forward. I don't know what it was from Burnley, but the goalie made it. Light work of it. Clark and Ali have gone for the ball there together. They came away with it. He's going to get the ball in. He has. He's done brilliantly, but unfortunately his striker couldn't get the ball in the net. We're down to just 10 minutes left now. Less than, actually. I'm going to make 2 substitutions. I'm going to bring Stevenson off for McBride. Push him back for Key. And I'm also going to just shuffle these back. So we want to try and make sure we see out this game. I know there's still 10 minutes left, but they're very good. And I want the win. So that's the main reason. We'll slow the pace down, smash it over, take these 2 off, and we'll also drop the out of position back slightly. And I'll have a look, see if there's one more substitution that I want to make. I am aware that Becerra's leg looks like it's about to fall off. But I don't have another winger. Do you know what? We'll bring him on. We'll put Benjamin back out onto his actual preferred side. We'll go with that. 5 minutes left. Clark's got a corner on the left. Oh, he's got it on Astley's head once more, but he couldn't find the goal that time. Just running into injury time. Our tactic change and the style change has helped us immeasurably. I haven't seen a highlight where Burnley have even touched the ball. Clark's got the ball quite deep on our left side. Good ball in. Oh, it's saved from the goalie. I'm pretty sure Clark was offside, to be fair. But Ponte for Burnley has just smashed that forward. Clark hasn't managed to win the header. Oh, Romario's through on goal. Oh, it's not peak. It was the centre-back we just brought on. McBride got over there to knock him off shape. Colton's obviously took about 12 minutes to get that ball by the looks of it. Casareka, he wasn't able to pick it up, unfortunately. Pedrosa, Romario. Oh, and Astley's just smashed it out of play. It's what we want to be seeing. No nonsense. No messing about with the defending. Throw-in, Burnley. Thiago Maia throws it towards Romario. Good ball towards the back post. Clark heads it clear. The left winger's asleep. Astley's there again to clear. And Benjamin heads it wide. Oh, it's done. It's done. He didn't head it wide as well. He headed it out. But it's done. We knocked him out. They scored in the second minute. I was worrying that we were going to be on the other end of a spanking. But we weren't. We beat them. We have the 5th round draw. How exciting. We have the likes of Man City, Liverpool, Cadbury and Rochdale left. We'll see who's in it. So, Villa. I want Villa. There we go. Don't need to go any further. I want to play Villa. I want to go to Villa Park because it's the first time that I've played them in this save and I just want it. Man U Leeds. That's a tasty one. Liverpool, Everton. Even tastier. There's rivalries everywhere. It's written in the stars that we're going to have a Birmingham derby as well. Here it is. Villa. Now, Newcastle. That's a shame. Villa picked up Sheffield. And there is an all-championship affair here in Bristol and Derby. We've had an offer for Bailey Watkins-Jones. Or Billy. I'll use his real name. We're going to do my usual thing. Whack that up to 50%. Lock it in place. Take all this gaff off. Take all this gaff off. And ask for an extortionate amount of money. My mouse has just died. Bear with me a second. And ask for an extortionate amount of money. Then we go like that. And they tell me to get in the bin. They have asked for a contract renewal. More than happy. I am. No, you're not treating it as a stepping stone. You obviously are, but I'm not actively letting you treat it as a stepping stone. We'll take this gaff out. Take that out. Offer him what he wants. Take the wage rise out. Minimum fee release clause. Slap that to 5 million. What are you saying? And non-promotion. Get rid of that. Give him £1,000. Happy days. We've got deadline day. We'll take part. Never done one of these. We'll see what we actually get from it. This Stephen Rigg is disgraceful. Have a look at him. I want him. I want him in my life. So we're going to offer a contract. Obviously, we're not going to offer money. We're offering him on... They accepted it. 10%. £2,000. What if you play him as a deep line forward? What are you saying about that? Yeah, no, I'm alright. A lot of offers for Keith Barnett. Obviously, I'm not going to sell him. The only thing I might do is shuffle him up towards the senior team and give him time in the under-23s. Keep him knocking about by the main players, see what he can do. Troy Barker's is the same. I've already knocked him up to the first team, but I'll make him available for the under-23s, as I've done there. Pretty handy little left-back. He's too defensive, which most left-backs are in this game, unfortunately. But, yeah, it's a perk of the new gens. Woo! And the biggest news of the day, I've just got my pro license. I'm all badged up. Look at me. We have a gentleman by the name of Norman Gwyn that's joined us. He's pretty handy now. Fantastic potential. I'm not sure we'll ever see that necessarily, but he looks pretty handy. I'm not going to play him as an inverted winger, but if we need to out there on that right side, we can do, which is helpful. He's going to be looking at this deep line forward role in a supporting role. I don't know how I was going with that. I need to put my face back on. There we go. Here he is. I think he'll do a pretty good job for us. Vision, technique, passing, teamwork, decisions, balance. Very, very, very strong. Well, that's just heartbreaking. Robert Astley's out for 2 to 3 weeks. We've got adequate cover. More than adequate cover for him. But he's my favourite player. So I'm very upset. We have Mark Poole being offered for. I'm not fussed about that. I'll try and get his value. They've accepted. Oh, look at that. A transfer. Someone's coming in for Stuart Albertus as well. I'm alright, thanks. Did just notice that Rotherham had offered a contract to him, so I'm going to do likewise, because I don't want to lose him, especially on a free. The little sneaky sods. He's asking for a lot of money. I'm not massively keen on the amount of money I've got to pay him, but he's a good player with pretty hefty potential. Let's not lose that. Mark Poole has now left us. We've got 30 minutes left of the window. We did see a £4,200 loss on Mark Poole, but we had a decent season out of him, so it's fine. It's negligible. And there we are. We've seen the end of our transfer window. I'm pretty sure I've also just seen that a team in my division have just bought a player for £11 million. That's exactly what I've seen. Why is that happening? Why are people allowed to spend 11 million on players? What? I mean, they are sat in 11th though, so don't worry about it too much. We'll be back next episode pretty soon. We're going to be back for the semi-final against Liverpool's under-23s. And then the following league game against Crewe. We're against Liverpool, and obviously the other side is Leeds and Tottenham. So, I mean, we're the only senior team left, so I think we should have enough to get past them. If we go to rules, we can find out when the final is itself. So that's going to be paid on the 1st of April. So that's not going to be anytime soon as well, which is good. And then the following game, we'll be back for that 5th round that we've earned our way into today. We played fantastically against Burnley. But if you have enjoyed that, give me a like, subscribe, flick the bell. And thank you very much for your time.